a group of people concentrate on this random number generator, they anomalies start to emerge that were different to before the people concentrated on changing the way the numbers were generated. So that's quite interesting. I think we got a new caller. Why not?
Yes, we do. We have Heather Holman, and Heather and anyone else if they want to call in, just get my contact. Why not all?
I
Or, and I'll accept it.
I got a manifestation story, and it was kind of reinforced by something that happened at the end. Like me and this girl hitchhiked down to Mexico and back to Montana. It took like a month and a half. It was a great trip. And in the trip we get picked up by these Jesus freaks. And they're rapping about Jesus a whole bunch and everything. And so I'm talking with the guys and I'm questioning them and this and that thing. We had a good conversation. She was quiet the whole time. We get out of the car and I'm start hitchhiking again. And she goes, "What do you think about all that?" And I said, "About all what?" She goes, "About all that Jesus stuff." And I said, "Oh man, there's got to be some kind of God." She goes, "I don't believe that." I said, "Well, let's try something here." I said, "Hold my hand." I said, "In your head, just ask what you think God is, something, and ask him some." So we prayed. So and she goes to me, "What you pray for?" And I said, "I'm not going to tell you what I pray for." So I said, "What you pray for?" She goes, "Well, I pray for a mobile home to come and pick us up, or we could sit inside the mobile home and hang out." And I go, "Mobile homes never pick hitchhikers up," and blah blah blah. So we're hitchhiking like 3 minutes after that prayer. This mobile home pulls over right in front of us. We hear this guy fumbling around in the back. He opens up the door and he hands Amy, the girl I was with, a can of Coca Cola. She screams and turns to me and says, "And I asked for a can
Oh,
of Coke. I
no.
Oh,
know."
wow.
Oh,
So I grabbed the can of Coke and he says, "I'm sorry, my refrigerator freezes everything. You got to wait until it defrosts because it's frozen solid." She asked for an ice cold Coke in her own head without
Yes.
telling me. And, and,
Careful
and
what you ask for.
it,
oh,
I,
wow.
I didn't want, she says, "I don't want to go into the van. I don't want," I said, "Come on, come on." It was this old guy named Floyd that was going to this mission, and I wanted to go to the mission. And
Nice.
she's going, "No, no, no, we're not going." So we got out at Reno or something like that. It was,
Wow.
and then inside the van while we're going down the road in the big camper van, he yells to me. He goes, "Hey, Dave, go in the back closet there, and there's a suit inside the jacket pocket. There's a big fat joint." He goes, "It's my son's joint, and I don't want it on in the van." And me and Amy got to smoke a joint going down the road in the RV.
That's a beautiful story,
That's
Dave.
awesome, Dave. Yes. You deserve that. So, Heather, sorry to make you wait a little.
Oh,
It was
I
worth
don't
it for
really
that.
have anything to say.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Heather. How you doing?
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
All right.
I
How
Good.
love
you
I love
doing?
the way Dave talks.
Me too. That's why I called.
Nice. Thanks.
But
So,
yeah, Dave. I mean that that there's no way in my mind that was coincidence, and it says that
no,
what's out there, call it the universe or whatever you want, it has a sense of humor. It
uh,
hurts
you
you.
Yeah.
got that right.
But hey, Dave, think about the mechanics behind it. Think about the mechanics behind it because they're much more profound. When you start thinking about the circuitry to invoke that situation, it gets pretty complicated. You know what I mean?
And plus, you're out on a road in the middle of nowhere, and things happen to people when they're isolated.
You're
Just
you're
kidding.
you're talking about a lot of precursors to bring that event about. It could
Yes.
be You know, someone that was going to distract the driver at a particular time was distracted by someone else so that they didn't delay him, and they didn't take a different turning. He didn't have a puncture, and everything
Oh,
went
yeah.
smoothly, and he left at just the right time,
He
and
hadn't have been
traffic was
born.
good. There was no accidents, no traffic jams. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I always tell people like they'll get mad because they can't leave a certain time or that something occurs, and I'm saying, well, don't get mad over it because
Yes.
that little minute right there might change
Change
the
your
whole
life.
future for it. Yeah. So just take it as it comes, man.
It's a good philosophy. I haven't had something quite as profound as that, Dave, and that is an excellent story that you should. I'm glad you shared, and it's a great story to share with others as well. But I did walk into my garden once, and I must have been feeling a little frustrated, and or something, and I was like, oh, I goes, look, I need some moral support. I looked up to the sky; it was in a nice clear sky, and I was like, I need a sign. I need a sign. Give me a sign where you just give me some confidence or something to go on.
One of those.
And in that instant, almost within the second, a shooting star went straight overhead. It was so close. I never had seen one so close. It was like literally a flare going off overhead and just went straight overhead. And I was like, oh, all right, fair enough.
You can't argue with it.
Yeah. And I got a bit cocky about a week later. I was like, because I wanted to prove that was coincidence to myself. So I goes, okay, I need another sign. I'm going to count down the sign. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then bam, another one. It's just as close as well. It was just like, oh, sign me, damn it. Then we got to face reality, and it's like, oh, that's real. Okay, it wasn't
Probably
coincidence.
during the meteor showers that week.
Yeah.
Right?
No, this was a week later, like, you know what I mean?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, it was funny. And that's not like me. I now very rarely question stuff like that, but I was just feeling a little, don't know.
So did it change your life, or did you just let that go?
Oh, no.
Both of you, actually. What do you think, Dave? Change your life?
All right.
A changed life thing.
Yeah, because of that RV and the solid ice coat.
Oh,
and the girl, of course. I mean, how's it
Yes,
affect the person?
to this day, she moved off to Georgia, but she came
Spiritual,
back
right?
and yeah, she is. Yeah. Heavy duty.
Yeah, that's a nice story, man. Can't beat that one. So I always see things happen. Like I say it all the time. So, lots of stories. My little kid, my littlest granddaughter here, she was like playing a game with me when I was talking about the Creator one day, and she goes and asks me how many fingers does she have behind a pillow or something, and I got it right. And then she wanted to do it twice, and I'm like, well, it doesn't work like that, like. But it was funny that it just happened to work out the first time,
Uh-huh.
She was in shock.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up another thing that was quite interesting that we kind of touched on, and that was this element of acting reactively, acting instinctively, and overcoming fear, which I think is a real, has such reward that comes with it, that when you actually be kind of a little bit crazy and just drop the fear and experiment with
It's
talking.
one of my favorite subjects. It's just let go.
Yeah, and it's actually, it is hard to do at first.
Yes.
But when you do it, it's like, and I'm trying to think even now. I'm trying to think because it's like a switch that goes off.
Well,
And I'm
it's trusting something bigger than us.
Yeah, it's like, even believe it or not, you can even speak in a more truthful way than you normally do. But it's like you force yourself to flip this switch, and when you see it or feel it, you realize, oh wow, And then if you go with it, it's just amazing. And I'll try and do it during the conversation if I manage to. But we got another caller.
Yes, we do. We have Eagle here. Eagle Eye, I believe.
Hey,
Hey,
Tony,
Eagle.
why not? Hey,
Nice
hello,
to see you.
hello, everybody.
Eagle Mind, hey yo.
Yeah, good stories from the heart tonight here at Revolution Radio. Really impressed with what's been
Yeah,
happening. Really like what's going on. I just wanted to comment here. The power of the actual power of manifestation, and the use of intent. And David, this story that you just recently told is really a prime example in
yeah, I
taking
love
the power of intent and with a pure vibration in the time of need. It's
In love,
amazing
man.
the
In love, because
physical manifestation that took place. It's
Yes.
it's something that crosses crosses this veil that we're talking about, and it's really good to hear. So ayo all.
Nice to hear you too, Eagle. And Dave, that's like, you'll always be connected to that girl, because of that
oh yeah.
stuff. So
I'll
yeah,
tell you another story with that girl. One day I was thinking of her and I didn't see her for like 12 years, right? So I go pick up my photo book and I go through the book and I look for a picture of her. I finally find a picture of her. I fold the picture to where I could just see her in the picture. I hold the picture to my head and I say, "Hey, call me up. Or get in touch," and I faced towards Georgia because I knew Georgia was that way.
yes.
And so 2 days later, 3 days later, I get a mail from my mom, a letter, and inside the letter, there's another letter from her because she didn't know where I was. So she wrote a letter to my mom, my old address, my Jersey address that she knew that because we spent time together. She knew I was from Jersey. She, knew
Yeah.
where I was, and her number was in there. I called her up, and
3 days.
she caught the vibe. She caught the vibe. Yeah.
That's amazing. Because it takes a few days for the letter to get through too.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing story too. See, that's what happens when you start believing this stuff, is like you see even more.
Turning. It's funny that something happens when you're confident enough to. It's like
To let go.
It's like I was gonna say believe, but it's not quite believe. It's like letting go, and it's a kind of like a different kind of trust.
Well, yeah, it's a trust in everything, because how did you get here to begin with?
It's a focus too, kind of, like.
Yeah. Well, something's going on here, and it's more than they'll let us know. Like, we really have like an amazing power that we just don't
Yeah,
use.
we have connections with one another, man. Heavy
Yes.
duty.
Totally.
My sister and me got one, like I could hear her ringing in my ear. The same when my mom was alive. Like if she was talking about me, I'd hear like this little zzz. And if I call her up, most of the time I call my mom up or something, she goes, "We were just talking about you,"
Yes. So something's up, right?
Yeah, and it's thousands of miles away.
Yeah, like you're right next to each other if you wanted to be.
Yeah, actually smelling someone's cologne or perfume of a past one sometimes can bring that manifestation. It's really interesting. So there's a real thin line there.
It's a shame that. I mean, your experience there, Dave, with the motorhome is a good example of a bonding experience, and it's a shame that people don't have those bonding experiences as much, certainly, let's say, as they might have done in the 70s, where, yes, there was more love and joy and experimentation in the air. But those did have a profound effect on bringing people together in that kind of bonding, experiential way. And it's not until you've truly shared a very insightful, almost spiritual moment with someone that you never lose that experience with someone else. And this is what, many times that I've touched upon. Yes, knowing thyself is very important, but there's nothing better than knowing thyself in the company of another one that knows thyself, and then knowing each other, you see. And that brings about a much more profound, not only bond, but experience generally. And unfortunately, just due to the nature of the way things are going, that those experiences are not as numerous as perhaps they once used to be, which indicates to me that we're going in the wrong direction as a result of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that really does need to be turned around, because the collective experience at that level, of which Dave gave an example, is so important, not just for evolutionary terms, but for as a part of joy itself. These things are very joyous. I mean, Dave, no doubt, you had such a blast that evening. It was fun, right?
It was the best month and a half I ever had in my. I forgot what month it was. That's how much fun I was having.
Actually, Dave, not being funny, but can you tell us about what happened that month? Why it was so joyous? Because the reason I ask is I think sometimes people forget things, really important things to do with joy. You know what I'm saying?
The way it happened, it was February, late February. I was working at a bar, bartending. I met a waitress, and it was the first real sunny day of February, late February, and it warmed up to about 40 maybe. And I said it'd be nice to go meet spring down like in Mexico on the way up, And she said, yeah, it would be. And I said, well, let's go. And so the next paychecks, we went and we hitchhiked down to Ensenada. I think we went to, on the Gulf side. And it was just a great time of just free, foot free, and, foot fancy free and foot free, whatever that saying is.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. And I should, footloose and fancy.
Yeah. It was great. And we got back. It was late March, early, like the first or the April 2nd or something like that.
So you kind of know what life is like, huh?
It was great time.
Now, I'm glad you said what you did, Dave, and I'm glad I asked the question, because the key there, and it's an ingredient of sorts, right? And I've seen it before. I've seen this ingredient before, and the ingredient in this case was, let's do something random and a little bit out there. In other words, let's go meet spring in Mexico. And you had the freedom at the same time to be able to do that. These are two really freaking important ingredients that I wish more people would embrace, And that is a classic example, Dave. This random thing, let's go meet spring in Mexico. Sounds crazy, right? But look what came out of it.
The true definition of freedom's lips.
Yes. Let's go there.
Well, stuff. I think that's like the real meaning of life, is to enjoy life and not have all of these commitments that we can't enjoy it all.
Why not? You're trying to compartmentalize something that's very random, that's very organic. You can't do that.
I'm trying to say we should live more.
As soon as you compartmentalize something that is essentially the unknown, because this is what we're talking about here, the unknown experience of joy, right? Of experiencing joy and exploration and all those things. As soon as you try to compartmentalize that, you almost take away a part of the sacredness of it. Do you understand? So try not to compartmentalize. Because, like you say, you're taking something away from the magic dust fairy dust, call it what you want, it's like a kind of magic, right? These things, when they happen, they're like a kind of magic. You can't box them into something, it takes it away if you do that.
Oh, I'm not trying to box it in. I'm trying to take everybody out of the box and see how it's easy
I
to...
heard you tried to compartmentalize it.
What was that, Dave?
Spot noon.
Yeah, it should be that way.
Another key ingredient, dude. If someone mentions that word in my presence, spontaneity, I'm like, I love you. You had me at spontaneity.
That's fairy dust, huh?
It's part of the magic, mate. And you know what? I get it. I understand that someone before me understands that spontaneity is a kind of magic.
Sure.
I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense because these things that come out of it are really joyous.
That's what we're made for now. We're made for now. All our experiences is for now, and we only got now to do it. And then we got to start thinking about something else,
and we need to. Oh, I wish we it's like, because it's such a we thing, these things that we're talking about, I wish we had more courage to embrace.
Well, that's when we know yourself, we know others. That's why you say it's like all of us or whatever, like.
Yeah, it's all together now.
Yeah.
Well, because that's where the true magic starts to happen, is the collective, not the individual. The individual is great to an extent. Right?
It takes an individual to be a collective, though. You need to be in it.
Yeah, we all have to be different.
Right, to be a full, competent collective.
To come up with the best answer. We all need a different way of seeing it, and that way we come up with the best conclusion altogether.
And the reason I do come down hard on people who compartmentalize. It wasn't just aimed at you, by the way. It was just aimed at anyone who does it.
It's okay.
Is that when you're talking about from an experiential point of view, right? It's about diversity. It's about new experiences. This is a huge part of it. The novelty, the new experience. We haven't done that before. We haven't been there before. We haven't seen this before. We haven't felt that before, and so on and so forth. So when someone then comes along and say, oh, it's about oneness. It's about, we're all one. I want to punch them in the face.
Well, a jigsaw. Think of it as a jigsaw puzzle. The one little individual piece has a picture painted on it that's gotta fit just right.
That's unique, yeah.
But it's a compartmentalized unit to make that form that has to be placed in the right spot.
And to see the big picture, you need everyone.
To complete the picture.
Mm-hmm. And we all have different shapes.
And that's what we're talking about, maybe being a compartmentalized or being an individual and being a collective all at once. It is all at once.
Well, that's where the real energy is in everyone.
And that's the focus of like getting things done.
Yeah, that's what happens next.
Accepting that and being one with it.
Spontaneity, positivity for the group. Rodney Dangerfield. So let's dance.
So be it. If that's what everybody decides, that's what we're going to see next, right?
And everybody dances and becomes happy. The group.
Yeah, the group. It's the group mentality, right?
Plant the seed. What kind of seed?
An individual seed.
There you go.
Yeah, we should all be unique, but all fit together to, get a real solution.
We all be the same plant, huh?
There is no puzzle piece that's the same.
Well, we all want the same possibilities in life, right? Like everybody wants to enjoy life the way they see it.
No puzzle piece the same, but they all make a nice puzzle.
Yeah. They all look the same to us, Like we all have the same chance here to enjoy it all. See, I think what they've done is they've like confused everyone, and that way we're all fighting each other instead of helping each other.
Now it's the economic system, you know. It's
Yeah, it
devised
makes you
to
that way.
fight each other, you know.
Yes.
You know, to stomp on each other or to get above, to get more, and
Yeah, pyramid
somewhere
system.
civilization took a wrong turn somewhere, you know, like
Well,
away from the planet that gives life for free, you know.
it's
There's
still free.
no one should be going hungry and without a
Right.
roof over their head and not being warm when it's cold, you know. And
Right.
it's so simple. The
But
earth provides it so easily.
But we were taught not to be able to do for ourselves.
Or
You know, like
pay for it or something.
Well, recently they took all the mom and pop businesses away, and now everybody works for the corporations. So, now the corporations are running the world. Even by controlling all of our supplies. And we forgot how to do things ourselves. So
and we've forgotten the importance of seizing the moment,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that a Latin expression, seize the moment? But
yes.
Yeah, we need to take back novelty, take back new experiences, seize the opportunities to create new experience. Because
live.
In my opinion, that's a profound element of what it should be about. To be able to be a little bit crazy, a little bit spontaneous, and say, "Hey guys, why don't we do something we didn't do yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that?"
It's something new all the time.
Like playing a video game or going to a local bar or so. Do you see what I mean?
I think we're in the opportunity time of unity right now because a lot of different groups are getting the same stuff from the feds or from the government, and now we're all kind of one. We're not, everybody's getting treated the same way. They're shooting everybody. There's, we could reach out to the individual groups now, could come together and be that spontaneity group that we need to show force.
That's a great point. Like, we got to stop being divided and realize it's happening to all of us.
That it's the division is being used as a tool to keep us, to keep them strong.
And if everybody's suffering, you're suffering too. You can't really enjoy life if everybody else is going through hell.
Yeah.
So it's affecting
racial
us.
Divide, judgment,
yes.
Judgment of a skin color. Yeah, that's all wrong.
Yes, that's the easiest one too. To see that we all want to live and enjoy it. Like you should think about how you would treat your parents or your kids and treat other people like that. Somebody that you care about that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how we go about creating those opportunities, because they are really, the expression, you create your own opportunities. So, how do we get that vibe out there for people to get to? Because I think a lot of what's happening is a kind of forgetfulness. It's like when people get to a certain point, they forget how it should be versus how it is, and they accept the how it is and forget to question. They forget
the creative frequency, Wingman. How about left and right brain acknowledgement, awareness of what we're working with?
Well, they taught us to be more like robots and less about being artistic and feeling and stuff.
Exactly.
What do they call the normal waking frequency state? How you go into dream, you go into beta, and is it what's normal waking state? Is that alpha?
I don't know. I guess alpha is
if normal
before
waking state,
beta, right? Yeah.
If normal waking state is alpha, then we're like a level away from normal waking state in a way.
You mean half asleep?
Yeah. Well, but not in the other direction to beta, you know?
Well, I think all the crap that goes on that we're going through right now is what gives us a chance to do the next thing that's going to be, change it to something good that we live like instead of being like under somebody's control all the time and dependent and stuff.
And it makes sense because think about it. If you've got a general populace and they're forgetting about how to be more joyous, because it takes an effort to be more joyous, to protect that, to enforce. Now let's enforce
see the value of it.
Yeah, let's enforce joy, right? Get that out there. Just try it, right? Let's enforce joy. You with a group of people, hey guys, let's enforce joy. They'd be like, what are you on about? But hopefully the penny will drop, because it's something you need to enforce. It's something you need to. It's like it's a forward motion. You see, you need to protect it. Even you need to protect your right to be joyous,
proactive.
And I think it's no coincidence that the being let's say joyous can get you in trouble, or is often very illegal. It will involve. In fact, if you think about it, just think of some examples in your mind, right? If you think of that, some examples of being joyous, you'll often find that somewhere in the line you're going to get the 50 on your tail or something, and it's like, well, that doesn't make sense, It's just like, what's going on there?
Doing what you want,
right? And so by design, the threat of something negative happening is very prevalent.
I do a lot of masonry and concrete work, and I'm happy, I'll be all happy and stuff as I'm working, and it pisses people off. Yeah. I gotta like hide my happiness that because it makes the time go so much faster, if you sit and grovel about you got to get this done and that done, the day goes like forever, but if you stay mellow and happy and get the stuff done knowing you got to do it, step by step, everything's all happy, and everybody gets mad about it.
Get this, I've seen 2 recent examples of people being arrested for just dancing because they were happy. There was one at this memorial place where 4 guys got arrested. All they were doing was dancing on the spot, just like, yeah. There was a guy recently, just the other day.
Make other people happy.
At a bus station, there was like, hey, what? Hold on, why? What's the altercation about? What's going on here? And then the officer went to tase him. He said, I was just dancing. What's the problem? It's my ID. He threw his ID on the floor. And the dude. And then when the officer went to put him in an arm lock, he was like, he put his arms up and he was like, what's going on? What are you doing? You haven't even arrested me for anything. What have I done? What have I done? That's an example.
Jeez. Make an example of him right away.
Right, which means that we have to protect our right and enforce our right to be joyous. And
it means more people should be dancing.
And it's through that process that we will remember.
Same thing happened at the Jefferson Memorial.
To allow ourselves to experience more joy.
Well, that's something you can't force, but everybody should be happier in life,
It's something.
Go ahead, Dave.
But it takes an effort to remember that and force yourself to experience joy and protect your right to be joyous. If you're not harming anyone, doing any damage,
nobody can take your happiness away anyway.
Unless you give it. And that's the deal right there.
It's kind of your fault, right? If you're going to be that way about life. Like it's not something you fight for, it's something you have. Go ahead, Dave.
They try to tell you can't be happy now. What do you mean I can't be happy now? I'm happy.
Don't take the thing fight for literally.
I have something that'll make you happy right now.
Joyous.
Thank you, Heather. Yes.
Go ahead, and you can click this link. It is like better than the best one-man band I've ever heard of in my life. It's a musical instrument this guy made.
Oh yeah, with the marble guy, at the marble machine. Yeah, that's great.
You've seen that?
2,000 marbles. Yeah, I seen
I'm
it
gonna put it
today.
in our chat room. It's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he made it out of plywood. Whoever made it, it's all just
Really?
made out of plywood.
I just saw it tonight.
See, I think that's the difference in life, is to just do what you believe in, what you want to do.
Yeah,
And
like this guy, he thought up this machine, about marbles
yeah,
dropping on metal and making music. And
that's awesome.
Right,
and
but
it comes,
people have forgotten how to do that. Why not?
Well, no, nobody's forgotten. The
Well, they
problem
have.
is
They've
no,
forgotten how important it is.
the opportunity is not there. They've been
I made
taking
a
all of it
trombone.
away.
But they
Yeah,
create
I love your
opportunity.
drums, Dave.
You create
Great
the
idea.
opportunity. The opportunity is always there.
For everyone.
I
Yeah.
made a flute like out of a trombone, I call it. I took a PVC and made a PVC pipe fit inside of another 4-inch PVC pipe and attached the drum to a J piece of a PVC pipe. And you need one guy to slide the PVC pipe up and down and one guy to play the drum, and the drum goes, you know.
That's awesome, Dave. See,
Yeah,
now
so if
that's
you want it, you got it. If you want to do it,
yes.
do it. That's like that saying, build it, they will come, or something. Just
Well,
do
it's
what
just
do what you want to do and do it.
confidence.
Yeah.
Like everything works for you. It doesn't. Nothing's against you. People have taught us that you can't do much, but the truth is you can do anything. And that's really all it is. Like
anything you put your mind to, because like that's a
anything.
compartmentalization.
And
You have
with
a
the
whole
computer
life.
now, you could find out how to do it too. You could get a
Yes.
little backup real quick. Because the information is at our fingertips now.
Yeah, it's
Like
a lot
I
easier
thought
than
I'd
when
never
we
make
grew
a
up.
flute. A regular Indian flute. I went to YouTube and bang, this guy shows you how to make one in 11 minutes. And
That's
just
awesome.
do it. Just do it.
Yeah, and same thing with drums. They're so easy to make and they're so expensive to buy.
Yeah.
See, we can do so many more things than we actually say, Like we are all worried about, not working for someone else. When you're working for a business, busyness means it keeps you busy your whole life. You never get to do what you want to do.
Busyness, yeah.
So they're taking your life away, and then you never get a chance to just be yourself and have the time for it. And these days you don't even get vacations, even with both people working. It makes it harder to schedule vacations together and stuff. It's like everything's all backwards from what it used to be.
What was it, 3 weeks average over there in America? It's ridiculous.
Oh, you'd be lucky if you get any vacation. They have us all on part-time these days, so nobody gets any benefits.
Yeah, that's the new thing. Keep everybody 25 hours, and then you got to get an extra job.
Yeah.
And then they could tax you for that extra job, so you're paying more in taxes.
Well, I didn't know that. That's stupid.
And if you're really lucky, you might have saved up enough to go to a place you've wanted to go to learn something that you haven't learned yet, or experience something.
Yeah, maybe once in your life, maybe a couple of times if you're lucky.
Right. So, of course, whilst everyone's missing out on all those opportunities of the itch, the hunch, the urge to go somewhere,
living life.
Yeah. Whilst they're missing out on that, they're kind of not being as wise an individual as they can to get to the next level of understanding, if you see what I mean.
They're not doing all the things they could do with their life, because you're relying on some system that was made up, and then you are indoctrinated into it. That's all it is. Yeah. Like, do you believe everything that somebody told you is true? Are we all followers, or do we need to follow anyone else?
Frequency awareness,
It's deep shit.
The allowance of the frequency. That's your choice.
Well, look at how much the Indians did. They didn't really need all this schooling, and they had no problems in life like we do. And why do we only learn one trade in our lives? Why not like 5 or 10?
Some people do.
I agree. But everybody could.
Maybe everyone does and they just don't realize it.
Well, I think that we're taught that, it's not that easy and everything's, what you go through, and the way they put it, it just keeps us from getting somewhere. And I don't mean to say they. I mean, we do this to each other. We pick on each other. If anybody gets to do something they want to do, other people pick on them,
Rather than compliment them? Like Rio Ski 2 or Rio Ski 3?
Yes, we're all in competition here. That's what we were taught. That's
awesome stuff. Right, Davo?
Say what?
Rio Ski 2, Rio Ski 3.
15. That's the best one. Rio Ski 15.
Right on.
I love Dave. He's like up on a mountain at his age,
Doing stuff, not talking about it.
Yeah, doing video cams and stuff. Pretty cool, Dave.
Yeah, I love my new video cam goggles, my video goggles.
Nice.
But I'm kind of videoed out now. I have 36 videos, and I broke 1,000 viewers today. So nice. I was kind of happy.
Congratulations.
Took 36 videos, but so what's that about? Like 30 or something like that. 30
That's
something.
Cool beans, but yeah, I was number 3. That's awesome.
Were you like number 3?
You made it to 1,000, bro.
It's pretty cool, actually. How many friends
I never knew how to upload a video. My son taught me how to do it, and I went wild.
Nice. Yeah, I think everybody should be doing it. Like it is pretty cool.
And yeah, and I just brought it up for the creative process. How cool is the creative process?
And it got me through the winter.
Cool.
Good stuff. And Heather, you were talking about multiple trades, multiple directions. Yeah. It is kind of sad when they put you in a college degree and they say, okay, we want you in this direction here, and this is where we want you to go. It's like they want you in a box, and it's like your mind is really, really hard to keep in that box,
We're always changing, and we're always learning. Life is a learning process.
Yeah, and we shouldn't have any limits.
Right. But isn't, like, the schooling that's going on now, isn't that kind of like box limitation?
Well, it's
brain hemisphere training.
It's told programming.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it, like in college, is just history of all these people's last names and things that they name stuff.
Repetition.
So you gotta learn about all these people's histories and stuff, so that everybody gets credit for everything.
Yeah, well, history's been changed on what they're teaching, so.
Yeah, I don't even know who these people are. Like, they were probably all rich people that get their names on things, but you have to learn all of their names to learn some trade,
A lot of names changed.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a point that's a lot of, like, the learning in school is just to, like years.
Forcing history upon us, Tony?
Years to learn something that you could learn how to do it in a few weeks, right. But they charge you for years.
And it's their agenda.
Well, that's where the money is made, by keeping you in school long enough that they can claim it's such a valuable thing they're doing for you.
Control the authors and the books that you need to purchase.
They pump you out as like one trade or something, and then they can control that trade because, they just do something to these people one month and then those people another month,
Kind of like an unloved pig. The opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the system. I think, when you pay people to figure out how to finagle everyone to get them to do what you want, you're starting to make the system unfair and not a happy place to work.
How about finding that balance, find that median that works?
I would like to think people would think about others when they think up things to do to them, What if people that were like going through a lot were the ones that made the decisions for the people that are going through a lot, you know?
We are.
Well, we're not getting to make the decisions. Like, you know, the people that never went through anything in their life get to decide our fate.
No, what are you talking about? We create our own reality.
Well, as much as they allow us in this system of like what the majority rules or something, right?
I think the only thing that limits us is ourselves.
Yeah, I like to believe that way too.
I mean, if you really want something, if there's a will, there's a way.
I agree.
Realities clash, you know.
The little engine that could, you know.
Depends on how many people you're up against, right? Is that what we're thinking?
No. Nothing depends on it. If you want something, you can make it happen.
I think I can. I think I can.
Yeah, I go that way all the time.
I know I can. I know I can.
And if not the first time, try again,
huh? There you go. That's the discipline.
Yeah. Anything that I've ever tried, except for one thing, I've always been able to make it happen. But except for one thing, so.
Well, I believe that. I believe that what we think we would like in life comes to us. You know, like we can make things happen.
That's a good point. Making it happen. Manifestation, like the story that was spoken upon early, you know, the power of intent with its pure vibration.
Well, I think everybody's starting to see it that way these days. They're just not sure it works.
Mm-hmm. Good point. The insecurity still is there, and we need to eliminate that insecure vibration and put it more to a secure vibration.
Well, what if you looked around the world and you thought, you know, like it's as dark as it could get, you know, so maybe we're just against anything that's, you know, like the right thing right now. So, you know, like it's hard for us to see the solution to this, you know. I think we have a break. So hang on, everyone.
Hang on.
Don't let go.
Radio at freedomslips.com, and we'll be right back after this message.
This is Thomas, a.k.a. a Mad Painter. I'd like you to join me Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Open Canvas. Don't forget to bring an open mind.
Yes, folks, that's right. Bring an open mind to an open canvas. Again, that is Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. UFOs to government corruption. This is Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
There is no denying the world is awakening. We see it in the global uprisings and demonstrations of the people around the planet and the new way of thinking and living that is arising naturally within each one of us and our communities. I have been a major player in this global shift and movement for over 20 years and have helped tens of thousands of people around the world change their lives and find their voice in order to help create the paradigm change we so desperately need. Join me here at Revolution Radio on the Just Bernard Show every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time for 2 hours of powerful interviews and discussion with some of the most influential visionaries of consciousness, alternative media, and suppressed knowledge. We promise to reveal the real matrix and empower your human experience.
Is your data safe? You have the necessary information to assist you in confidently living through just about any survival situation. Is survival and gardening, off-grid living, medical knowledge, or even natural or man-made EMPs on your list of personal concerns? Do you have your documents and your personal information in a safe place in your hands where you know where it is? Well, check out our preloaded EMP-proof thumb drive. Over 3 gigs of survival documents and how-tos, plus the USDA offline food preservation website, and much, much more, including a surprise bonus we just can't tell you about here. With plenty of room left over to store your most important documents. Imagine if a megavirus or a computer failure took out your bank, or all the banks for that matter. Are your banking records safe in your hands? So when they get things fixed and repaired, you can say, hey, look, this is what I had. You have it. I want it back. Is your personal data safe? Family records, addresses, phone numbers? Well, squeeze on over to freedomslips.com. Yes, that's www.freedomslips.com. Click the banner on the homepage for the EMP-proof bullet drive to get the full scoop of everything that we offer. So, folks, keep your data safe for your peace of mind. Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On the go? Still want to listen? Don't have one of those fancy phones with too many buttons. Don't know what an app is? Or you don't even care? Well, we got you here at Revolution Radio. Now you can dial in 24/7 to listen to our shows. We have a number for Studio A and Studio B, and best of all, it's free. Don't forget, carrier charges for your cell phone provider may apply, though, so check with your cell provider to make sure. So ready? Here you go. Get a pen. Here's the number. Studio A is 712-432-6958, and Studio B is 716-748-0112. Thank you very much for listening to Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, the #1 listener-supported radio station in the world. The opinions expressed on this radio station, its programs, and its website by the hosts, guests, and call-in listeners or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. They do not necessarily represent the opinions of Revolution Radio and freedomslips.com, its staff, or affiliates. You're listening to Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, 100% listener-supported radio, and now we return you to your host.
Hello, everyone out there. You're listening to Why Not, and it's because I'm filling in for Dory's open discussion time for Dory, Bar, and Jerry usually. So I have a round table going. Anybody can call in if they want to, and you can just try and Skype me. I don't know if I have the phones gotten over to me yet. So, okay, wait a second. I was following some things people are saying. And so I have a lot of people with me on the call. And we have Eagle Eye, Heather Holman, and Wingman, and Dave. And maybe Bill Grant, if we can pull him in here. All right, does anybody want to? I thought I said Heather. Heather?
It's interesting, Tony. It's the pull. I'm going to pull them in. What type of pulling are you doing?
Pulling them without pulling them down, right?
When you pull a building, it comes down, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, Larry Silverstein. Pull the building.
Pull them sideways.
Pull them down into the core. The car.
Into the machine. The virtual world here.
They used to have a big thing called the tractor pull, right?
I've seen one of those.
It is like pulling teeth when we're trying to get Bill into the call.
So, does anyone feel like doing anything spontaneous then? Just to give this theory a little try out?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're going to manifest something?
What do you got? What's the...
Heather?
Hello?
I said yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we have a plus on that if you want.
I thought you meant yes, like, and then start. You'd start, and then.
Oh, I
Or
thought
you
you
just
had like a game or something.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought you were ready to throw something
Oh,
at.
oh, okay. Give me a.
We're just sitting here like circus seals.
Here we go. Let's try this. Give me an area code.
602.
Okay, someone give me another 3 numbers.
406.
And then how many more do I need? You got 6 numbers normally, ain't you? Another 3 numbers, someone? Why not?
57. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what? 3 more numbers?
Yeah, same. 3 numbers.
124.
124. Interesting. There we go. So we've got a number here. Area code 602, and then some more numbers. Let's try them.
Oh, he's calling a number.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
It's the middle of the night.
It's okay.
Ready?
What time is
You're
it?
gonna
Your
wake
time?
somebody up.
Spontaneity.
You're gonna wake some poor guy up.
Oh, that number. Someone. How many numbers you got in this? It's 6 numbers, isn't it?
You can't wake somebody up, man. They gotta go to work.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Wait,
FCC
Wingman, can you play one of your calls when you called into the police place, or like, do you have any new calls?
Yeah, but it wasn't that eventful. But I prefer that. I want to do this again. Give me someone type an area code in text so we don't give it out.
We'll make it somewhere where people are awake at least, like Australia.
415.
All right. Well, a country where they're awake that speak English.
415.
What country is that?
California.
Okay,
Well,
nothing.
no, they're awake, isn't it? Let's do this. Let me look at the country codes. Let's see, country codes.
They're like almost midnight, 11 o'clock.
World
midnight.
country codes. Hey, we've got to try this out. I mean, we've got to see if it works, right?
12 o'clock in California at night.
So you can do basically anywhere anywhere east of the UK would be fine about now.
Let's call India.
In India? Yeah, okay, India's good.
That'd be 1 in the afternoon, yeah. But we wouldn't be able to talk to the guy.
So
They speak English.
We're making a call from God and putting somebody out on the public airways.
Call Skype customer service.
Make sure they know they're on the air.
India area code. Oh, we can do a customer service one in a bit. Area code. Let's see.
It's gonna prank somebody on my show.
Yeah, here we go.
Did Nancy Reagan pass away?
Yes, I think so.
Oh no, 94 years.
She did good. She didn't last. She lasted a long time. 94, I think.
Her parents lived over here at the Arizona Biltmore for over 50 years.
No.
9-1. Okay, we're going to try India. Anyone know a particular city in India?
Mayapur or Bengal. Bengal or Mayapur.
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 M-A-Y. No, it's not on here. Is it called anything else?
Mayapur. There's Vrindavan. V-R-I-N.
How come you're so knowledgeable about these things?
I'm going there.
How do you spell it?
V-R-A-V-R-I-N-D-A-V.
Big temple in the east,
A-N,
right?
Yeah. Vrindavan. Let me get you a number here.
Hey, so are we going to this, or Tony? Can I throw something out?
Idea.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
International Space Station.
Yeah.
Got someone returning to Earth.
Can we call them?
No, I think that's a lie.
And his name is Scott Kelly, and he has a twin. And his twin, they're doing zero gravity studies for living on Mars.
So why do they need a twin?
Well, they volunteered for a twin study for zero gravity in space, and it's Scott Kelly and his twin brother, I believe, Mark Kelly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is Gabrielle's husband. Yeah, by where Heather is there in Arizona.
Here, Wingman, here's a link for you. There's a whole bunch of phone numbers there for CERN.
For CERN?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wonder if they're open.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you
it's
want
in
to be calling them.
Switzerland.
I got one, Wingman. Call Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders. Tell him what's up.
I like, but yeah, something more likely. We're not like to get
Yeah,
Prince of
ask for the ghost in the machine. You know.
Who, the police?
No, CERN, the ghost in the machine.
You know, they have an actual a link, CERN single sign-on, and you can have an account and and just do a conference call. Like they could come on with us.
We can interview CERN.
Yeah,
There
basically.
you go. Call them in. Tell them to join the table.
Man.
I don't think I'm gonna create an account at this point yet.
Oh,
You know, Heather, you were bringing up an interesting point a couple weeks back on CERN.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Which one? Which point?
How it's something about
They're on a different line or something.
the Indians taking over the control or something like that?
Oh no, they have
I can hear them.
they have a major they're contributors. So like a lot of the people that are the scientists
I'm
that
not
work at CERN.
on Why Not call. I'm on some other call, Wingman call.
I can hear you.
Somebody is. I can hear you, Dave. I think you're on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Everyone's here, Heather.
Maybe they. I don't know if I'm on mute on that call, but I can't get to the controls because I can't see the.
Dave's not
pictures.
here.
Yeah, where's Dave?
Hey, Dave-o, I had an image of you running through the tires across that merry-go-round to save that boy. Boy, that was cool stuff, man.
Yeah, really.
Buddha in chat says,
Hey, you can hear me?
Could
you hear me talking?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, something happened. Like, you know how you see all the pictures on Skype and everything, and you got the little button where you could mute and everything? That's all gone. Something happened. Like, it's all disappeared.
Sometimes when I'm trying to bring Bill Grant in, all kinds of weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
he's a phenomenon.
It says now I'm on a Wingman call, and with Why Not. But when I first was on, I was with Why Not. But now I'm not on that call with Why Not, and that all them pictures are gone.
Yeah.
You know, everybody on the thing.
I'll tell you off air, Dave, what happened.
That's interesting.
But I can't mute now. So I better be quiet.
I don't know what that stuff is.
I was just saying a lot of the people that contributed and a lot of the people that work at CERN and a lot of the like investors, India plays a major role in the CERN development. What I thought was strange is that how the planet is lined up to the pole star and how we kind of rotate around as if there's a pole from the North Star. In their scale at the planetarium, their scale to the universe, and they have this model of the universe and what they perceive as the universe, and it's all based on the pole star, and the spiritual capital of the world is in Mayapur, so it's supposed to be really high vibrations, like emotions are really high there. Like if you're really upset, you get really upset, and I think that is, for some reason, wherever they built the CERN thing at that special like place, whatever the history of that land, it also has a spiritual essence.
There's a lot of things going on with that I've heard. But, you know, what can we believe? Because, you know, like they're making up a lot of things about that.
Yes.
Believe what you want to believe.
I know, but there's this big, like, agenda for that CERN area, you know, like for what people will believe type of things.
Let's explore what's around there and what are the coordinates and things like that.
I don't know. You mean what else is around CERN or where it's at?
Yeah, like on the map. The exact coordinates of CERN is 44.
There's definitely banks, banks invested lots of millions of dollars in it, private funding, secretly being involved in the project. We know that for a fact.
Well, I think a lot of these projects are just for the money. Go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say, Sunstarter called me.
That's what it was.
But through Keith's last call.
Oh, yeah, maybe he picked the wrong one to call or something. So he redialed the whole bunch or something.
Yeah. And then I went on to some other screen. I'm lost all. I lost the whole thing too. But I'm still connected. I don't understand why I'm still connected when I don't see the call.
It's the mystery of the pull.
It's the tilt of the earth, huh?
Phil Grant. Is this Tony's show?
I think it's the Skype gods, right?
Why not?
Do we have them?
It says here, and this was just published March 4th, so that was a few days ago. It says here, all facilities of CERN, including jobs, will be open to the Indians. At present, our people go there as visiting scientists. Henceforth, there will be a postdoctoral position and a 5-year fellowship available at the facility. They have access to all facilities and will enhance our capability. Indian companies can also bid for CERN contracts, said Srivastava, officials of blah, blah, blah. I'll put that link in here. So they're basically opening it up for, like, as far as, it sounds kind of like what's it called? Nepotism?
What, University of CERN?
Yeah, nepotism. Here's that link.
Yeah, that was a little strange. Something's playing up on Skype.
Yeah, you dropped, and it's been hard to get Bill, and Bill's like rebooting.
Bill has always got an issue with that.
Yeah.
Maybe restart the call.
It could be that.
Or we'll all call you back.
Yeah, I could just close it and then bring it back or something, and it would call everyone.
Well, we're in now. See if anyone else has a problem, then rebuild it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just Bill I can't get in. And he just reset his
and I lost the whole visual thing. I lost all my control to the, I can't mute. I can't. There's no way I could.
Update your Skype experience. This will improve your experience.
Well, I could reset the call real quick. It only takes a second.
No, don't do that. Just because Bill's always got issues. He'll come through at the very end, like 5 minutes before it's over.
So you're okay, Dave? We have like another.
Well, I won't be able to mute. Not sometimes I gotta mute because I'm making noise over here.
Well,
while other people talk.
Let's take.
Why not? There's a person in chat dropped a link, and I'm going to put it in our chat here so you can open it and respond, because they're wanting to communicate with you, or the round table, I guess, in general, all of us.
Yes.
Concern over CERN, maybe?
With grid points. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This is how we're going to do it.
If you're not in chat, you're missing half the show.
Yep. Wendelstein.
Yes. I should be in chat, I guess, but it makes it so hard because I've got 2 computers I have to run when I'm in chat.
You've been doing great, bud. I love what you've been doing on the roundtables.
Well, thanks.
Holy crap! This is really good information. Thank you, Zaphod.
Zappo?
Zaphod.
Instant.
Yeah. Well, everybody could hear me though. Bill called me again. Hold on.
Did he?
Yeah, same.
If Bill called me again, and I could hear him and you guys could hear me talking to him, but you can't hear him talking.
I don't understand how to get him into the call.
Yeah. On-air production. Interesting how that all
Right
works.
click on his name. That's all I can say is an invite to group call.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. It says
just
invite.
him.
See, and then it'll bubble for a while and then drop. But we should just go on with it.
So yeah, Wingman, your spontaneity, your spontaneous thought there, I would concur, and I really agree with you on that energy and that vibration, whichever it takes us.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I all my settings have gone. It's quite strong. I can't even mute my mic or anything.
So you got the same thing as Dave.
Same thing. Yeah, the same thing with me, man.
I can just drop the call. It might pull Bill in anyway.
Redo, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Let's see. And do the call, Heather?
Yeah.
And do the call, Heather?
Yeah.